Unfortunately, Mike is also the one in charge of training me. He's my personal trainer right here. And so if ever I look flabby or anything like that, it's all on Mike. It's his fault. Completely.
We also eat food together.
That's right. We eat food, we talk. So let us know about the Nehemiah Project.
Yes, yeah. So thank you, Josh, for allowing me to come to your congregation and just share a little bit about what God really is doing in Mandeville. I'm not special. I'm just a guy who loves the Lord and wants to be obedient to the calling that he's given me. And so Josh mentioned the Nehemiah Project, and I'm the president and co-founder of the Nehemiah Project. Basically, in a sentence, what the Nehemiah Project is it's a faith-based recovery center for drug and alcoholism. Now, it's really just an outgrowth of my experience in my life and how God saved me. You know, I actually gave my testimony to you guys, I think maybe 3 or 4 months ago. But a real quick 2-minute version of it. 6 years ago, I was homeless, living under a bridge in California, sleeping on 2 pallets, a piece of cardboard, and had the clothes that were on my body and a backpack for a pillow. I was physically addicted to alcohol to the point where I was having epileptic seizures if I didn't drink like a pint of vodka first thing in the morning. On top of that, I was prescribed by my psychiatrist over 8 different psychotropic and narcotic medications, all kinds of them. And then I was also doing the street drugs, heroin and meth, because I was on the street and I had no hope at all. By the grace of God, he pulled me out of that situation, and I went to a recovery center in Los Angeles, California, where I'm from, called the Dream Center. And it was at the Dream Center that God really began to draw me to the Scriptures, to the Bible, and to himself. And through that 3-year process of discipleship at the Dream Center, I really came to see who God was, who I was in light of who God was, what the good news was, and then also my purpose based on what Christ has done. And so, like I said, the Nehemiah Project is essentially just an outgrowth of that. I met my wife, my beautiful wife, Mandy, who's sitting right there, at the Dream Center. And she was just there volunteering. She's never drank or done drugs in her life. An example of the grace of God in my life, for sure. And so anyways, that's why I moved to Mandeville, was to get married to Mandy. And so I got here, and I work at Pelican Athletic Club full-time as a trainer. I've seen a number of you guys there. And I began to develop relationships with people in the community. And, you know, at first glance, like, Mandeville is way different than downtown Los Angeles in a lot of ways, and very positive ways, very positive ways. I mean, you guys have, well, I should say we have, I live here now too. But, you know, we have the family values that are just perpetuated throughout this community, which is not prevalent in Los Angeles. You've got, you know, something of a Christian culture here in Mandeville. And you've just got a lot of the good town, small town kind of good vibes, you know. And so, you know, at first glance, Mandeville looks amazing. And as I started to develop relationships with a lot of you guys out there in the community and started to hear some of the truths about this community, that the suicide rate is the highest in all of Louisiana, one of the highest in the whole country, right here in Mandeville. That prescription drug abuse in the greater New Orleans area, Mandeville is second on that list in terms of it being the highest. Heroin overdoses. I've had 3 people that I've known since I've lived here in the past 3 years that have overdosed on heroin. That's insane to me, because again, as a perspective, as an outsider looking in, I was just like, Mandeville looks great. So I started to see the grip that sin has in this area. And so as I was praying in my morning devotions, I really began to feel the call of God to do something about it. Lord, use me. Just like Isaiah said, you know, when he saw a vision of the Lord in chapter 6 of Isaiah, you know, I'll go, Lord, here I am, send me. That was the burden that he placed on my heart. Obviously, the need is very great, and I've shared that with you. And so my experience with the power of God is tremendous. And I know that God has the power to save and the power to transform, just like you guys know that. You guys have been saved and transformed. And now we are co-ambassadors. We are ambassadors of the ministry of reconciliation. Just like the word says, it's our job, just like your pastor said, to take the message of hope out into the community. And the Nehemiah Project is just an avenue for that. First part of our mission statement, to spread the gospel to those who are enslaved in the bondage of addiction, to shed light on the darkness like we just sang, Chad, you got an awesome voice, by the way. Chad's great. Second part of our mission statement, not only to spread the gospel, to share the light, but to disciple those individuals in the truths of the Bible in its entirety. And the third thing, we want to help reintegrate those individuals back into society through our life skills and job training program. So when I say job training, again, if you own a business, if you have your own business, we'd love to partner with you. If you have a burden on your heart to get involved in what I call second chance employment, giving individuals coming out of that lifestyle an opportunity to make money, to have dignity, to find worth in the work that they have, then please talk to me after service. So again, our mission statement, get the gospel out, disciple them in the gospel, reintegrate back into society. Where we currently are, we have raised over $40,000 in cash and in assets. So if you have stuff you want to donate that we can turn into cash, we'll take it as well. But we've got over $40,000 so far. We're basically $10,000 away from signing the lease and renovating our building. We're that close to beginning. We have already started to help a couple of families with our Bare Bones program, just getting them the gospel and walking with them in discipleship. But we are very close in terms of our financial goals, and we are planning on renovating actually in February. So if God is tugging at your heart right now, I'm going to be out there actually in the foyer, and I would love to speak with you, love to get your contact information, love to sit down, have coffee with you, me and my pastor, who's also my business partner, who shares this burden. We would love to meet with you. You can contact us through our website, which was made by Kate Fontenau. I don't know if she's here today, but she comes to y'all's church. Nehemiah Project, gno.org, or you can visit us at our Facebook page, the Nehemiah Project. Again, we're $10,000 away from renovating and starting this project and getting this thing going. And so if you'd like to be a part of that, please don't hesitate to come talk to me. I'll be in the foyer afterwards. Thank you so much.